Hello, and welcome to my show, Searching for Integrity. My name really is John Smith, and I'm searching for people with integrity. Why? Because our country suffers from IDD, integrity deficit disorder. IDD. Have you heard about that IDD, Stephanie?
I have from you.
Good. Um, you've got some interesting papers here that I printed out and that you gave to me, and this is a um, a new book.
Yes, yes, very
And
excited.
yes, and I noted here in some of your communication back and forth that your book is actually going to be a 6x4.
Yeah, so it's a 4 by 6. I don't know, you can't, it might be hard to see. So it's like
Uh,
pocket size, so you can put it in your purse, your backpack, your bag, your briefcase, whatever the case might be for you.
Great.
Easy
I
carry,
have,
easy to use.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's call it 4x6, 6x4. That's what I'm going to use on I call them my little books.
Yes.
And my little books are about embracing the abyss, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, on little books. Um, I liked your graphics here. You did a good job. Did you do it or did you hire somebody?
No, I actually had this vision of what I wanted the cover to look like. And one of my co-authors from my book, Misadventures Guide to Ultimate Empowerment for Women, my co-author, one of the co-authors in that book is an artist. And she came up when I was meditating her name. So I reached out to her and she was actually heading to Egypt. Her name is Tiffany. And she was like, I don't know if I'll have time to do it, but I'll see. And she actually had time to do it. And between a couple of back and forths, she created the vision that I actually saw.
Great.
So it's really exciting to see it, come together and have the book be published and all of that. So,
That's a good book. I'm going to say good book size. And
yes,
so have you had any pocket size miracles?
almost every day.
Really?
I mean, well,
Okay.
you think of that, like even with this book, I was wanting a sign and I was in California walking the beach and it seemed like everywhere I looked, there was hearts. And I knew I wanted a heart to be on the book. And I knew I wanted like bright, kind of looking like it's bright lights to be on the book. And so I kept feeling I kept seeing stuff like that as I was walking. So that was a miracle in its own.
Well, I noticed right away that, and I have some, I pull them out. I've got cards, I've got letterheads, and of other books about um, affirmations.
Mhm.
These are special affirmations because they are love
Yes,
affirmations
yes.
and manifesting the life you desire. It's terrific. Now,
Thank you.
do you have to explain Misadventures again?
No, I mean, I think people know like, what my title is, and how I'm, leading a life of just various experiences. And so that's
Right.
where Misadventures comes from.
Interesting. I don't know. Just sitting here looking at it, I would say Stephanie Bailey, Miss Affirmations.
That
Uh,
too.
uh, well, what sort of feedback are you getting from? Are they readers? Are they clients? Um, what do you get from them?
Actually both. When this book was launched on October 27th, I got a lot of great feedback, especially once people had it in their hands to utilize. That's why there's not an ebook version of this particular book, because you hold it in your hands, you ask, what do I need to know right now? Or what do I need to know today? Or whatever you want to say. Maybe just lead me to whatever path. And then you open it. And so, like the one that just opened right now for me is every moment on my journey makes me wiser and more open to love. And so each page has one affirmation. There's 135 affirmations in the book. And I, chose 135 because numerology, if you put 1 + 3 + 5, it equals 9. And 9 is the most powerful number numerology wise. So I really wanted to make sure that my book was surrounded by 9 to create more positive energy for anybody that's utilizing it.
Right. I am familiar with that, the number 9.
Yeah.
And anyway, she just had something many moons ago. It was one of the Beatles albums, number 9, number 9, number 9. Do you remember that one?
Vaguely, but yes.
That's true.
It is. I mean, it's a powerful number in a good way, So I always say if you see a lot of 9s, that's a good thing.
Yes, it is. It is. What kind of the feedback are you getting from actual readers? Are they wanting to know interpretations?
No. So basically, I've gotten a lot of feedback that it's a really easy book. It's very positive. People are loving the affirmations that are coming their way that they open up to. I've had a lot of people tell me that the affirmation, for instance, that they chose that day was perfect for what they needed to hear. So that's exciting just because, when I created this, I really created it. A lot of these affirmations I have used on clients because I will make affirmations up for my clients. And so the book was already pretty much written before, this book came out. I probably started it, let's see here, in August, I think.
This
And
August?
and it was published in October. So
Great.
very quick around. And in the beginning, I share a story about affirmations in me. So I start off as when I was a child, and I didn't even realize I was using affirmations, but I really wanted an oversized Barbie doll. And so I kept saying, I'm going to get this oversized Barbie doll. And I did. And the funny thing is that my mom has read this and she's like, that is really funny because I was so against you guys having this oversized Barbie doll because of the questions that you would get about women and blah, 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 because my mom's a lawyer, retired lawyer.
Yeah.
But so that was her vision, was like, you're not going to get this Barbie doll. And then she's like, but then your dad got it. And she's like, so that actually is true. Like you did, have affirmations, you're affirming you're going to get it and you end up getting it.
Yeah.
So it actually is even funnier knowing that story on the other end of that. My mom was trying to prevent me from getting it. So the power of prayer and affirmations.
There is power if you're sincere.
Yes.
And the sincerity part is meditation. And then after that, if you're going to conquer the world, then be the one to do it.
Yes, I agree.
Manifesting the life you desire. Have you had any coaching lately, or are you been overwhelmed with the book?
No, I still have time for my coaching clients. So I, see my clients weekly, still have time for that because there's still time to juggle all the things I have going in my life. I'm a very type A, so I have my calendar in front of me. I have time where I'm going to write. There's times I'll sit in front of the computer and just nothing's coming out. However, I've gotten a lot of writing done over the last, I'd say, week. So my next book is hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers because I'm here in Texas getting medical treatment right now, but I'm hoping my goal is to have this one book definitely completed and my second book, if not mostly completed, on the way of completion.
Really?
Yes.
Are you still working on the title?
No, I have the title. So one is another affirmations book. It's geared toward spiritual affirmations. And then the second book is my 99 Types of Guys book, the second volume of it. So yes.
Is this one 198?
Well, we already have the 99. So,
Well, double
there's
it, you get 198.
so it might be, I think it might be 99 again or just under 99, but I feel like it's going to be closer to 99 because it'll be the last one out of the value, out of the edition. So,
Right, right. You've had probably a great deal of, of smiling, laughing,
yes.
these kind of things, that these things do you a lot of good. I believe so. Um, the manifesting the life you desire. Um, there's more with that book, and you get that book sized as you've done, so if they can carry it. Now, here's a question. We know that women would probably take the book and put it in their purse.
Mhm.
So what do men do?
Put in the gym bag, put in the briefcase,
Okay.
keep in their car.
Yeah, that's an
And
idea.
you could keep in your glove compartment. I know that my partner, he keeps it by his on his desk at his job. And then I have a friend who keeps it on her nightstand. So I think it just depends on for any individual where are they going to get the best use out of it. And so for some people, it's on their desk because they're coming in, they're sitting at their desk, they have that moment to set up their day in a positive way by opening up whatever page is meant for them for that affirmation.
They, I would imagine that those are just flying by, and more probably than uh, I've thought. For me, in looking at it, um, your conclusion of the book.
Mhm.
When I believe in things I cannot see, the magic of love begins to appear. And how about the rest of it? What do you think? I see a big X and O and X and O at the bottom.
Sending lots of love out there.
Absolutely. Um, and that will certainly do well for you and for that.
And it's a
Um,
great stocking stuffer. Or today's the first day of Hanukkah. So it's a great gift overall.
right? Good. That is good. Um, I have a chapter in my book. I think, yeah, it's a chapter, and it goes, "Is that you, God?" And because I had had all these ways that I should have been dead, and I wasn't, and so that flashed me back to my own book.
Yeah.
Um, for Corinthians 16:14, first, let all that you do be done with love. Um, was that Paul that would have done that in terms of the?
Doing all that you do with love. Yes.
Yeah,
Most positive. No, I'm starting a question. Yeah, I think so. Because that's Corinthians, right?
yeah, that's right, Corinthians. So that's Paul.
I think
The
I'm almost
first,
positive. Hmm.
that's great. Now let me see here. Um, in the thank you, God, for all the people in my life who have been supportive, my family, friends, and the loving congregation. Now, I did live in Denver for a while.
Oh,
Actually,
you
it was
did.
in Castle Rock and
Okay.
Littleton. And so I know what the Flatirons are.
Yes, I love. Well, have you ever been to Flatirons Church?
No, I haven't.
So I went, I want to say I feel like it's been 10 years now. And I just love the pastor there. And I love all the people that, talk there. Plus, you can watch it online. So I've been able to watch it online when I've been in Texas. And the messages are just so strong. The music is positive. And for me, it's just a big part of my life. So putting that thank you for them is part of why my writing, I feel, has been really taking off and becoming successful.
And obviously, a lot of that is going to rub off on people
Yeah,
for sure. The
that's my hope.
yeah, well, it'll be more than just the book. Yeah, there'll more than going to come, and you've already got that in the planning stage.
Yes.
Are you gonna who was your publisher?
This one was self-published because the turnaround was so quick. And when I had this vision of this book, I just knew I wanted it out. I wanted it out on October 27th. That was the anniversary of my dad's death. And so I used the team from my first, publishing books that my publisher personally gave me to help facilitate a lot of this, not all of it. I did go through Amazon. So anybody who's using Amazon to publish your book, you might want to think twice. They definitely are a lot slower than somebody else who really knows what they're doing. So there's a lot of hiccups on the way. So this book should have actually been, I had one original date. It wasn't met. So then I pushed it to October 27th.
Well, I have twins,
Mhm.
and even Mac, he's got twins. He's
Twins.
got girls, yeah, girls. I think 5 or 6 years old, and his my twins are 53 this October 27th. So they were born on the 27th.
Oh, yeah, that's the day of my dad's passing.
Yeah. And a
It's
two
a
and a
strong
seven
day.
and a 2 and a 7 make 9.
Yes, look at that. Yep, and that's why I did it, because it was 2-7, which was 9. And then also his 9's in the book. And then it was another one was the fact that it was my dad's anniversary of his death.
Now let
So
me
it had
understand. No, go ahead. Go. Sorry.
oh no, I just said it has lots of meanings of that date. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
Mhm.
betcha. Um, who is the Amazon tried to publish it for you, and you're not going to go back, or?
Yeah, Amazon was the one that got my book published. There was, like I said, I obviously love Amazon because my books are on there. However, it wasn't a very strong publishing experience because they didn't know basic fonts. The guy that was trying to design my book, I actually had to hire my guy that I normally use. He squeezed me in. But yeah, so it was definitely more challenging because I do know a lot about publishing books. So it was a lot of like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I just need you to get on the ball here.
Right.
But overall, I'm very happy with how it looks, but it definitely took more of my team to make it happen.
Yeah, it's what it is. What it is, I guess you could say.
Yes. You
Um,
have to roll with
uh,
the punches, right?
that's right. Roll the
Gotta
punches.
roll with the punches.
Uh,
I was like, this will come out one way or another. I'm not worried.
Now, in the beginning, I began to, and I had them do it, a group, and I used Ingram Spark.
Oh, I love Ingram Spark. So my book is on Ingram Spark. It's on Amazon, Google Reads, Barnes and Nobles, nationally and internationally. Goodreads, it's on,
Mhm.
and one other one, and I'm drawing a blank. So it's on 5 or 6 different Kindle. It's also on Kindle.
Right, right. Um, that this all this getting ready to get it ready is a thrill, another thrill. You can't.
Yeah.
You have these ideas after ideas. It's almost like you have something, a tape recorder or something that you write on that you can make notes and have them later on. Uh, if I don't do that, then when I get home, I'm thinking, why didn't you write it down?
Oh yeah, you have to, because I'll be going out for a jog. I'll have an idea in my head. And if I don't come back and write it down immediately, I'll forget.
Yeah,
So I have like in my notes section is like where I'll write notes or I'll talk into them. So if I have my phone, I'll just put on the speaker and talking, my phone to the notes. But I
Right.
have realized that if I say I'm going to remember to, that idea or that thought, I usually don't. So
Right.
I have to write it down.
Same with me. And I intend to do the same thing for that. I just have to pull out my phone book and look up Ingram's Post. The, the is there a section? I guess there's too many. How many are there in the book?
135 affirmations.
135. Let me
Yeah.
let me guess. 135. That's 9.
Yep. Yep.
And
And then
people.
and so each one is on a separate page, just because when you're opening, you don't want to get confused if there's one on this side and this side of what affirmation you're meant to read. So I made sure they were all on the right side of the page.
I must
And then
tell you. Go ahead.
say it again.
Please go ahead.
Oh no, and then in the beginning, it's just I give a story about affirmations and why they're important to me and like how my affirmation process started. And so, like I said, as a little child, and then I give in the story I share, I also share like other moments where I needed affirmations, like when my grandmother died, so the affirmation helped me with my grieving process. So I share these different moments so that people can understand affirmations aren't about disregarding any pain we have. It's about helping to pull us out and help us shift through so that we're not stuck.
How many pages total in this book?
This one has 200, well, including the bio on the back, it's 279.
79.
So yeah, 279, 280, something like that.
When I prepare for this interview like you again, I was thinking to myself, get some sources, get some sources. So I thought, and I usually do that with the tables of contents, but for some reason my printer didn't like what was going on. So I'm just about met a half a reel of paper, ream of paper. So I ended up having to put them all on regular paper.
Yeah.
See it?
Uh-huh.
Uh, so, I said, well, I guess that's what it's supposed to be. I had to turn the printer off. So now I got a good batch. Well, the fun in this is I get chill bumps because of what you're doing and what I see, and I was discussing uh, with Mac, and we did, and we had another person that we didn't follow through, so we were talking and talking, and here we go. Let's see, and I think we'll probably have to do it in 2024.
I would love it because I'll have another
Again,
book.
yeah, there you go.
My
You
goal is to
should
have
let.
2 books in 2024, at least one book, and then the other one starting because my illustrator, needs to put his jazz on the 99 Types of Guys book. So he already knows what the front cover will look like. It'll look very similar to the first 99 Types of Guys. It'll just have red instead of purple on the background, like a deep red.
Right.
And he'll do some fun illustrations inside. And my goal is to have that out maybe, depending on his schedule, December of 2024, if not by Valentine's Day of 2025.
All right.
Just in time for Valentine's Day.
A lot of months for thought.
Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to get this book done, because the quicker I get it done, get it to my editor, then he'll get it. And then he can he might finish sooner than I think. So we'll see.
That's
It's
great.
all in God's hands. I'm like, whatever works.
Well, it appears to be working. These things are happening.
Yes.
And that's one of those things when you get the feeling and you know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So let's talk a little bit about how books can be sold on your behalf?
So people can get my book either on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Nobles on their website. I'm actually doing a book signing at Barnes and Nobles in Denver on January 27th. If they want a signed autographed copy from me, it's available on my page, which is miss-adventures.com. That's also where if anybody's wanting a new you for 2024 and wants some love coaching, they can go on and see how I coach and the packages I offer. You can also get my book on Goodreads. You can get my book on Ingram Sparks if you are a establishment that sells books. And then it's also, if I'm correct, on on Google Reads as well.
Right.
So lots of places.
Is that first Barnes and Noble? Was that right?
Yes, it's on Barnes and Nobles and at Amazon.
And where is Barnes and Noble?
So Barnes Nobles, the website, there's Barnes Nobles, I think almost in every state, but they can go onto the Barnes Nobles on the website to get my book. And then I will be doing a book signing, but it'll be the Barnes Nobles in Denver, Colorado. And that's in January.
Is that along the highway?
It's the one that's off of Colorado Boulevard. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes.
I think, I mean, they have one down south, more south, but this is more closer to like Cherry Creek North.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's great. That's terrific. I have put together with my listeners, hoping that they're sticking with me and you, that they are still searching for integrity. If I say something about somebody about that, they say, "Oh, that's neat, man." It's I have to think about what my own little book will turn out to be, and my
happy to read it.
yeah. Well, I'll I can link you again. Have another link. I'll let you have it.
Yes, thank you.
My adios. And thank you, listeners, for listening again. So long and happy trails to all until we meet again.
Thank you. Bye.